Hello dear students, welcome to day 6 of the important question series for your RBI Grade B examination 2024. In this series, we will discuss the important articles based MCQs. Alright, and if you have any problem regarding the RBI Grade B examination, then you can join our mentorship program for RBI Grade B examination. And if you have joined our RBI Grade B examination, then do practice the QRE as well as the GA test, which is conducted on weekly basis. All right. And if you have not joined any of our courses, then do join our 50-day crash course. 50-day crash course that is launched yesterday only on our platform. And the price of this crash course is 999. You can have the access of all the important news articles, from month of March. After that, schemes, the important schemes that were there in the news in the last 6 months, the RBI circulars, and the guidelines and the notifications that was there since January 2024. And apart from that, you will get 10 full length mock test, full length high level mock test. Okay. Do join the crash course and avail the benefit in just 999. And one phrase is there, the very famous phrase is there: there is no shortcuts to success, but that does not mean the success is not obtainable. All right, so work smartly and get yourself enrolled in the list of 66 officers which is there in your RBI examination. So let's start the series, today's series. So the first question of the series is regarding the negative interest rate. So here it was there in the news on 26th of March that Japan ended its 8-year period of negative interest rate. All right, in the month of March only. So what is the concept behind this negative interest rate? Let's try to understand through the question. The term negative interest rate refers to the situation in which interest is paid to the borrowers. Interest is paid to the borrowers rather than to lenders. All right. On the reverse case here, when interest rates are negative, the central banks typically charge commercial banks on their reserves as a form of non-traditional expansionary monetary policy rather than crediting them. This is very unusual scenario that generally occurs during the deep economic recessions, when monetary efforts and market forces have already pushed interest rates to their nominal zero bound. In the March 2024, the country ended its 8-year period of negative interest rate. You need to identify which country. So it is the Bank of Japan. The Bank of Japan ended its 8-year of negative interest rate in the month of March. So the correct option here it is Bank of Japan. And here one more statement is there, that why did Bank of Japan maintains a negative interest policy? See, the reason is written over here. The action was taken to strengthen the quantitative as well as qualitative easing against the negative shocks expected from China's slowdown at that very time, 8 years before. Okay, that's why it has adopted the policy of negative interest rate. Let's move on to the another question. See, a news was appeared in Business Standard regarding the offshore funds. Offshore funds need to disclose investors in certain cases. So regarding this, a regulation has came. Last year there was a regulation by RBI, SEBI, and this year some modifications in that regulation has came. So let's try to solve this question through this MCQ. Last year SEBI asked offshore funds with 50% of their assets. Offshore funds. What is this offshore fund all about? Offshore fund, it is a type of like mutual fund. They are like mutual funds, okay, that invest across overseas market, okay, market in multinational or international corporation, multinationals and international corporations. Okay, hence they are also commonly referred as international or foreign fund. International or foreign fund. Foreign funds. These offshore funds. So SEBI last year has asked the offshore funds with 50% of their asset in single group of companies and with more than 250 billion rupee equivalent to $3 billion in an Indian equity to disclose their investment. Last year SEBI has told this to disclose their investors. In making the exemptions, SEBI said the stock exchanges will have to identify the companies with no longer shareholder or promoter. In the March this year, 2024, India's market regulator SEBI has exempted the offshore funds from naming their investors. They have exempted from naming their investor under circumstances. You need to identify the correct statement regarding this new regulation. So the first statement, any offshore funds with more than 50% of their asset in a group of companies, with more than 50% of their assets, of its assets in a group of companies, will not have to disclose its investors if the apex company in that group does not give a large shareholder or promoter. All right, does not have a large shareholder or promoter. So this statement is absolutely correct. Second statement, SEBI said such offshore funds will still need to make required disclosures within the 10 days. 10 days will be a time frame in which they have to make the required disclosures about their investors if they hold more than 3% of the company's stake. This statement is also correct. SEBI said the financial institutions will have to identify the companies with no large shareholder or promoter. Why should SEBI say guide to the financial institution? No, it is the stock exchange. SEBI asks the stock exchange to identify the company with no longer shareholder or promoter, stock exchange. All right. So statement 3 is incorrect. Offshore funds fall under the purview of SEBI's, therefore not regulated by RBI. No, they are. They must be regulated by RBI as well as SEBI. Means co-regulated by both these organizations. Okay. Offshore fund must adhere with the guidelines with offshore funds. Offshore fund must adhere with guidelines of RBI as well as SEBI. So statement 4 is also incorrect. By this, option B would be correct. 1 and 2 only. Let's see the another important question. See, in the Hindu business line, it had appeared that poor procurement may reasons for farmers' prices. So this was there in the news. I have framed one question regarding the MSP. Okay, minimum support prices. So the procurement of crops have been poor except for paddy and wheat. In this news only, it had been appeared that in the year 21-22, Punjab alone accounted for about 53% of the money spent on paddy and wheat procurement. Punjab alone. Other states like West Bengal, Tamil Nadu receives disproportionately lower sales despite significant paddy production. Okay, Punjab received 53%. However, other states like West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, they receive very disproportionate amount, lower than the significant paddy productions. Okay, many paddy growing farmers in other states may have sold their crops below the MSP to private traders. In the light of above paragraph, you need to identify the correct statement. So the first statement, MSP is presently offered to 23 crops. This statement is absolutely correct. Currently, it is offered for 23 crops. Remember this fact. MSPs were fixed based on A2 plus FL, family labor formula, since 2018. No, this statement is incorrect. This was there. MSP was fixed based on A2 plus FL formula till 2018. Till 2018. After 2018, it was based on the formula of MS Swaminathan recommendation, which has recommended 50% over and above, which has recommended what MS Swaminathan has recommended? That the MSP of the crops, MSP for crops fixed at 50% over and above the cost of production. This was the recommendation of MS Swaminathan Committee. 2006 it was formed. The third statement, MS Swaminathan headed the Farmer Commission 2006. Yes, recommended the MSP for crops should be fixed at least 1.5 times of the crop production. No, it is 50%. Okay, and in the budget, see, remember this point, in the budget 2018-19, the central government said that MSP of crop should be fixed at 1.5 times. 1.5 times of the crop of cost of production. And this we are following right now. So statement 3 is also incorrect. In the budget 2018-19 it was declared. However, in the MS Swaminathan committee has said 50% in 2006. Okay. So by this, only option 1 is correct. That is, MSP is offered for 23 crops. Let's see another question. See, India invokes MFN clause, most favored nation clause, lowers the royalty, FTS tax rates with which country? This is the question. India has announced to lower the tax rates on royalties and fees for technical services, FTS, in the double taxation avoidance agreement with a country named X. You need to identify that country. The tax charge will not exceed 10% of the gross amount of the royalty of fees for the technical services, FTS. Okay. So, with which country? Spain is the correct answer. With Spain, it has signed this agreement. India has announced lower tax rates on royalties and fee for technical services in its double taxation avoidance agreement with Spain. Remember this fact. Okay. The tax charge will not exceed 10% of the gross amount of royalty or fees for technical services instead of existing treaty rates, which can be as high as 20%. CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes, has notified the amendment in the light of India-Germany Double Taxation Act Avoidance Agreement, read with paragraph 7 of the Protocol of India-Spain DTAA. This deals with the most favored nation clause concerning the OECD members. All right. Let's see the last question of the series regarding the most favored nation only. Let me adjust it. All right. So, the most favored nation clause is a provision commonly found in international trade agreement and treaties. Its purpose is to promote equality and non-discrimination among the trading partners. The purpose of MFN clause is to promote equality and non-discrimination among the trading partners by ensuring that any favorable treatment granted by one member to another member is extended to all the other members in that way. The most favored nation clause and its principle of universal equal treatment. This is a principle, universal equal treatment, underpin the WTO, World Trade Organization. Identify the correct statement regarding the MFN clauses. So the first statement, MFN status lowers the trade barrier and thus the cost of export reduces. Yes, exactly true. It lowers the trade barriers and therefore the exports become more competitive. The second, Article 1 of the GATT 1947 invokes the principle of MFN. Remember this fact. Okay, this statement is also correct. MFN principle under the GATT prohibits discrimination that is either de jure or de facto. This statement is also correct. India suspended Pakistan's MFN status in 2019 after a suicide attack by the Pakistan-based Islamist group killing 40 police personnel in J&K. Okay, this statement is correct. India has suspended it. Pakistan in 2023 applied for MFN status. This statement is wrong. After that, Pakistan never applied for to get the MFN status from India. So by this, option 3 would be correct. 1, 2, and 3 only. And here you can read out the benefits of MFN and the recent updates regarding the MFN. See, United States, Canada, European Union, and Japan, they have moved collectively to cancel the Russia's MFN status over its encroachment on Ukraine. Remember these 4 groupings. All right. So that's all for today. And if you like this series, then do hit the like button, subscribe our channel, and share this video with your friends, colleagues. And if you have not joined our courses, again I am telling you, 50 days crash course has been launched. Okay, in just 999, you can avail the benefit for your RBI mentorship exam, for your RBI Grade B examination 2024. You can join this crash course, and it will pave the way to clear the examination for RBI, your RBI examination. This is dedicated for phase 1 only. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.